Everybody knows that the best all-around drink to have, just for general hydration purposes that you should be consuming throughout the day, is basically water. Just plain old water. You can't go wrong with it. I'm drinking it right now, and it's a great way to get hydrated. It tastes good, cold, lukewarm, and sometimes I even will tolerate it when it's warm. But water, without a doubt, the best way to go. However, a lot of people, including myself sometimes, just have a little bit of a problem drinking water, especially when you drink a lot of it, to stay hydrated, especially in the summer months, in a hot environment, and when you're exercising. It's a little bit boring to consume the water on a regular basis because it just doesn't taste that special. And just a lot of people, for that reason, will even avoid water and go to other types of drinks such as juices, and the typical juice you'll find in the supermarket shelves are made from concentrate. So people go to orange juice, or they go to just a variety of other different juice flavors out there, including sodas, just to have that sweet tooth satisfied. And I think that's the primary reason that people don't use water all that much, is because they have a sweet tooth and water just doesn't satisfy that. So in this video, I'm going to share with you something that is very common in the market, commonly available in supermarket shelves, but maybe you just forgot that it existed, or you just never thought about incorporating this to help you get your hydration in terms of increasing your water consumption. Make sure you have enough water in your everyday consumption habits. Without further ado, let me introduce you to Crystal Lights. Now, I bought this Crystal Light a few days ago. I've been trying it out. Normally I don't drink anything with Crystal Light in it. I've only had this one or two more times previously in my entire life, but I did buy it. I was just curious about it, just to see if this tastes good and see how it makes me feel, and if it really does help me drink more water. Now, I don't personally have a problem drinking water, but again, I could see how other people, might want this to really help boost their water consumption. But in addition to all of that, even myself, I like to have something a little special. I like to have a little flavor in my water from time to time. And there's a lot of ways you can do it, but Crystal Light is a very convenient way. It's available everywhere. You can make it very easily. And it's available in single serving packages that you could just pour into your water container. A tip is to use a larger water container. You don't have to, but when you use a larger water container, like say for example a gallon of water, you could use less Crystal Light and make it taste really good when you mix it up, as opposed to a smaller water container. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's just psychological, but I think you get a lot more taste bang for the buck from using less quantities of Crystal Light when you pour it into a larger container and mix it that way. By the way, in addition to this lemonade flavor that tastes really good, I also bought this grape flavor. Now, grape is something that I've never had grape juice in my adult life. I used to have a lot as a kid, but I kind of forgot what grape juice tasted like. And I gotta say, this is a great version of a grapefruit taste. It does bring back memories. I actually enjoy it very, very much, and it does help me drink water. For some reason, I do drink more when I have this, and it's not for some reason. Obviously, these things make the water taste significantly sweeter, and it's just a different experience that is great. By the way, one tip for you is, if you want to use less quantities of this, in addition to pouring it and mixing it in a larger volume of water, you also should consider, if you like cold water, that consider mixing this in very chilled, cold water. And if you have water with ice cubes, that is even better. For some reason, at least for me, psychologically, it tastes better even with smaller quantities that I use with cold water and in a larger container. So those are 2 tips for you. Now, why am I saying why am I giving you tips on ways to use these products with less quantities? That's because when you use these products in less quantities, it will help you out with consuming less calories. Now, while these products have a significant benefit over juices, because juices are way more calories and contain a lot more sugar than these products, the fact of the matter is that juices have a lot more, how should I put it, the sugars that it does have, a lot of them are concentrated sugars, and some of them are not natural. So in addition to having the juice of the fruit, they're also concentrated sugars, concentrated fructose, concentrated other chemicals and additives in it that are probably not the best for you, especially if you're looking to maintain a certain calorie amount and you don't want to go over, or you're trying to lose weight. Certainly drinking a lot of juices can cause your calorie consumption to increase to a point where it will start creating additional weight on your body. So you want to make sure to keep that as low as possible. Obviously, the best way to go, drink just plain water, nothing in it. That's going to give you hydration and give you the best results because it doesn't have any calories, no sugar. You know what you're getting for the most part. Plain water is the way to go, and I definitely recommend that you do that as much as possible. However, one of the benefits of Crystal Light is if you're the type of person that still wants to have and enjoy the fruity, sweet taste of juice from time to time, Crystal Light is great because it gives you the sweet taste with comparatively lower calories. In fact, depending on the amounts that you use of Crystal Light, it's way lower. I'm talking compared to juice, which can range anywhere from 140, 150, 180, sometimes even 200 calories if you're talking about regular soda, even higher than that, 240 calories for regular soda. With juices, you can get a low calorie version of juices, but they're still 50, 60, 80 calories and contain concentrated sugars in them. But Crystal Light, on the other hand, contain per serving now, contain about 5 calories. So 5 calories per serving. Now that's using a small amount. I'll be honest with you, when I use the Crystal Light and when I mix it into a small bottle of water, I probably use more than 1 serving. I probably go a little heavy on the pour because I like it a little sweeter myself. And maybe others do as well. But you don't have to. If you stick to the single serving size, just read the label, weigh it out if you don't know how to do it. Just read the label and you can get an idea what the single serving size is, and you'll only be consuming 5 calories. So it's very good if you're not trying to pack on additional calories from drinking water, because it's a lot faster to drink your calories than it is to eat your calories. So be careful of that. So, but again, even if you were to put double the amount that Crystal Light recommends as a serving size, guess what? Instead of 5 calories, you're only consuming 10 calories. So you can see the math right there, how even if you consume multiple times the serving size because you want extra sweetness or because you don't measure it out. I don't really measure it out, to be honest with you. I kind of eyeball it and I have a good eye for that. But I purposely don't care if it goes over. I definitely never wanted to go under. So I usually put a little more than the recommended. But if you did that as well, you would still be consuming 5, 10, 20 calories. I mean, that's putting a lot more than the recommended amount, and it's gonna be very sweet. You probably won't even wanna go that far. But even if you did, you're still consuming a lot less, way less calories than if you were consuming juice. And Crystal Light is very convenient. They have different sizes, a lot more flavors than what I just bought. And in fact, they come conveniently in not single serving sizes. I haven't seen that. Maybe they're out there, but they also come in, well, the ones that I have, I'll show you. They come in these little, not single serving, you can get about 5 servings in this. This is what the package says. So 5 servings in this. So you open it up and you just literally pour it into your water container, whatever it is, a gallon of water. Now if you put this in this entire thing in a gallon of water, that's all you need. It's gonna taste great. And if you actually measure out and do the math, you're getting less than 1 serving per recommended dosage of water, per cup of water. So that's a little tip for you. A big tip. You could save money because you don't have to buy as much of these. They're not that expensive, but you'll save money. And you'll save a lot on extra calories because you're just literally you're probably getting less than 5 calories a serving if you mix this entire thing in a gallon of water and you just drink that. And it'll still taste sweet because for some reason, putting this entire thing in a gallon of water, and if it's cold, it tastes almost like candy, to be honest with you. Now, I mean, that's an exaggeration, but it tastes really good and you can get a lot of bang for your buck by putting this entire thing in a gallon of water. So I recommend that you do that. See if you like the taste, let me know in the comments down below. Now, as far as other versions of this, you could probably buy, I think I saw other smaller containers of Crystal Light. So in addition to having other flavors, they have other containers of this that have closer to what I would say are single serving sizes. In actuality, you probably get 2 servings out of the smaller ones. So try them out in the supermarket. See if you like them. And again, leave it in the comments down below what you think about Crystal Light. Now, you're gonna read on the internet about different chemicals that are in it or not in it, and is it good? Is it really that good for you, Crystal Light? Is it artificially sweetened, and how does that work in the body? And the fact of the matter is, you know, guys, talk to your own doctor about that. I'm not gonna give you professional medical advice. I'm not gonna give you any medical advice. I'm not a doctor, but what I'm gonna share with you is my experience with these type of products and similar ones that I've tried in the past. I've never had any problems with it, guys. That's just my experience. So you take from that what you will. I think if you follow a healthy diet, if you exercise, if you're a healthy person in general, you know, I think drinking that, mixing that in your water from time to time, occasionally, you know, it's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna be bad for you. You know, I think if you're already an unhealthy person and you're not a fit person and you don't have healthy habits, you don't eat correctly, and you have health issues, you know, obviously Crystal Light is not gonna help you with anything. It's not gonna help me with anything either. But I think that is not gonna make you unhealthy. Now, can you drink, you know, 100 times of a serving and put it in a gallon of water and consume that 3 times a day? Probably not gonna be good for you, but then again, drinking 3 gallons of water for a lot of people probably is not gonna feel too good either. You know, everything in moderation, right? So moderation is key. But I think Crystal Light, guys, you know, it's portable. You can take it with you. You can, you know, chill the water, put it in a cooler, and you have a nice treat. And also, too, you could try making Crystal Light Jello. I haven't tried that yet, but I've done it with other artificially flavored water enhancer type products, and making flavored Jello that is low calorie, that's another way, another trick to make your body think, make your mind think that you're getting a dessert, but really you're getting a very low calorie dessert that is gonna help you with, if for example you're trying to lose weight, maintain, or definitely just watch your calorie intake. Now, I personally, for me, just so that we're, you know, on the same page here, full disclosure, I'm not necessarily looking to lose weight, but I do drink it for the taste. But if you are trying to lose weight, I do think that because it's lower calories, and if you're the kind of person that drinks a lot of juices and soda because you have that sweet tooth, then I think replacing some of that higher calorie consumption with Crystal Light, I think that's gonna be great because it's gonna create a calorie deficit where before you had a calorie surplus. So you could definitely cut out, you know, if you're drinking a couple of sodas a day, a couple of juices a day, you're going to be cutting out, upwards of 500 calories in sugar and carbohydrates that you're not going to have if you drink Crystal Light. It'll be, instead of 500 calories of sugary drinks, you'll have maybe 50 calories of 50 to 100 calories of Crystal Light. So you could see 400 calories less. That's like walking, power walking for 50 minutes to an hour for the average person. So definitely take advantage of Crystal Light and the lower calorie benefits that it has, in addition to helping you get your recommended amount of water, which should be 7 to 8 glasses a day. And that just, who knows if that's even right, but that's, a lot of people don't even get that. So at least get that. And if you're active in a warm climate outdoors, you definitely want to get more than that. This is just another way to do it, to help you do it, so that you're not taking in extra calories from other alternative sources like sugar and juice that some people might otherwise, partake in. So with that said, guys, thank you for tuning into this quick video, and I will see you again in the next one.